we have been discussing this topic, new patterns of trade, which is mainly concerned with items coming from the new world to the old one. Sorry, by the new world, guys, I mean the Americas, the new discovered land, to the old world, Asia and Europe. So this transformation of this transportation of the goods, plants, and diseases, guys, is called the Columbian exchange. So the definition of the Columbian exchange quickly, the contact between the two groups, by the two groups I mean the new world and the old one, led to the widespread exchange of animals, plants, and diseases. Please, if you have missed any point, you can simply interrupt me and ask me your question. So, of course, after all of these plants, animals, and goods, stuff coming from the new world to the old one, of course, there was some kind of trading here in the old world. So the Europeans thought about establishing a new economic system. They call it mercantilism. According to the mercantilism, guys, which is an economic policy, according to the mercantilism, the strength of any nation depends mainly on the amount of gold and silver they have. So a wealthy nation must have more gold and silver in the treasury. Okay? Of course, by having a lot of money, by having a lot of gold and silver, you can simply buy a lot of weapons, strengthen your army. So it's gonna be a powerful nation. And of course, this army can help you to protect your colonies over there.
Mr.
Yes,
Sorry to interrupt you, but can I
no
go to the
problem.
bathroom?
Quickly, hurry up. So
Thank you.
guys, mercantilism, more gold and silver, more wealthy nation. Okay? Now, I need to tell you something. From a mercantilist's view, they said that the amount of gold and silver in the world is already fixed. Please, if you are not using your mic, mute it. So guys, the amount of gold and silver in the whole world, from their own point of view, they said it's a fixed number. So we know the wealth of the world, okay? And there are some recent
مستر
studies.
قول له
Yes,
بس اقفل المايك.
sorry.
قول له عبد الرحمن رسمي يقفل المايك.
Maybe he went to the bathroom. He said that he wanna go. Now it's off. So guys, they said that the amount of gold and silver in the world is already fixed. And there are some recent studies nowadays said that the amount of gold and silver in the world, yes, it's already fixed. They have calculated the number. Even there are some still in the mines, they didn't extract it yet. And they said in order to have some kind of an idea about the whole picture. They said that the amount of gold available in the world nowadays somehow around the number 175 tons of gold. Okay, so in order to imagine the picture, they said if we're gonna put all the gold of the world together, it's gonna be in the shape of a tennis court. So you can imagine the situation, 20 meters, the length of this rectangle, and 10 meters high. This will be 175 tons of gold available in the world nowadays. Of course, this is not an exact number. You can simply add 10% to this amount. Okay? So they were right in their theory, the mercantilists. The mercantilists said that the amount of gold and silver in the world is already fixed. We know the number. So I want to be a wealthy nation. I want to be a powerful nation. How I'm going to fulfill my dream? Simply by getting all the gold and silver I can reach from the colonies. Okay? And there is another way. Maybe, unfortunately, my colony over there does not have any gold and silver, like Portugal. The one and only Portuguese colony in the new discovered land, guys, is simply Brazil. So over there in Brazil, no gold nor silver. They had only jungles. So they had only the farming industry. So imagine the situation here. Portugal won a piece of this cake. Portugal won some gold. How do you think Portugal can achieve this gold? Think. Tell me. Who can help me here?
Stealing.
Yes, exactly. Simply, you can make some kind of fake wars with your neighboring countries. Try to steal some from your neighboring countries. Or you can use an honest way. You can use a fair way to achieve gold and silver by enhancing your nowadays, if the country wanna be a wealthy nation, do you think that in our modern world, countries can easily steal from each other?
No.
So how do you think a nation can be wealthy?
أو their trade.
Exactly. Thank you very much. By enhancing its trading system. How I can enhance my trading? Let's imagine the situation. According to the mercantilism guys, they said, there is another way to be a wealthy nation instead of stealing. Let's imagine the situation here. Here are the colonies, okay? In the new discovered land, in the new world. Of course, they will get every single item they can reach from the colonies and transport it to the mother country. So, for example, we have gold, silver, food, raw materials. So they will move all the items found in the new discovered land and transfer it over there to the mother country. Okay? Of course, gold and silver will go to the treasury. Okay? The country will keep it. Then the raw materials, they will try to manufacture it a little bit. Cotton, for example. Okay? They will start to make some cloth out of it. Then they will sell it over there in the colonies. Of course, they have new markets over there. There are people living there, the natives and the colonists themselves over there. Of course, they need goods. They need manufactured items. The mother country would simply sell the goods over there in the colonies. By this way, from a mercantilism point of view, they said that the colonies exist only to benefit the mother country. That's it. So by doing this cycle, they can simply reach a favorable balance of trade. What do I mean by balance of trade? Every single country in the world nowadays, guys, have a balance of trade. Okay? And like here in Saudi Arabia, they will announce it on radio, on TV, in all the possible ways of media. At a specific date every single year, they will announce the budget of the country. This is our income, and here's our expenses. That's it. So the favorable balance of trade, guys, you will export more goods. By exporting, I mean the manufactured goods. You will simply export more goods and import less. Okay? So this is the dream of every single nation of the world nowadays. Okay? Of course, the balance of trade is simply like a scale. We have imports and we have exports. Every single nation in the world nowadays, their dream is simply to sell more than they can buy. so they can save the country some money. Now, let's imagine the situation here, guys. You are responsible for a specific or a certain country. How do you think you can reach this favorable balance of trade? Think about the rules. Try to figure out some rules. You are in position. You can simply enforce new rules to this country you are responsible for. Sorry. How you can think you will reach the favorable balance of trade? Who's gonna help me here, guys? Use your mind a little bit. Wake up a little bit.
Mister, I'm gonna do more exports and fewer imports.
Yes, this is your goal. This is your goal. But how are you gonna achieve it?
To produce.
To produce, to manufacture more items. Okay, this is a way. Who else? Let me tell you something. Let me give you a hint. Do you know at the Noob hypermarket, for example?
Yes.
Okay, if you have the chance to go over there, you're gonna see a bottle of water. A bottle of water will be priced at 13 riyals. You can simply buy the same bottle of water for 1 riyal. But this one with 13 riyals is an imported item. It's imported from France, for example. It's imported from Switzerland. Why it gonna cost you 13 riyals to buy such a bottle? While you have an alternative. You have another one, national one, made in Saudi Arabia, will cost you only 1 riyal.
Because it is according to the money they paid in it. يعني the 13 they paid in it 11, so they.
So this is gonna mean that the merchant simply bought this bottle of water from Switzerland by 13 riyals, and he's gonna sell it here for 13 riyals.
لا, they bought it for less.
So why it's in a high price? This is the
To win.
question.
So the export is more than the import.
Okay, yes, who said Mister? Yes.
Me. First thing, the quality. Second thing, the price of يعني for the delivery and etc. Plus the tax. When you come here, there is something called customs.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Because of the taxes, guys. Regardless of the quality, Abdurrahman, it's water. H2O. That's it. Okay? H2O, it's only water. But it's in high price because
of the taxes.
Because of the taxes. So people who are responsible about the country, and I'm not talking about a specific country, I'm talking in general here, guys. So in order to discourage the people from buying imported items, I will sell it in high prices. Why do you think? To encourage the people to buy the national items. So, in order to discourage the buyers from buying imported items, they will try to enforce some kind of taxes to it. So the prices will be high. So as a customer, you're gonna say two options, one for 13 and one for 1 riyals. Of course, logically, you're gonna go to the 1 riyal, not to the 13. And also the example will be regardless of the quality issue. Of course, if you are looking for a quality, no problem. If you are a wealthy guy, no problem. Go take your chance and buy it, no problem. But for the normal customers, yes, by buying this one for 13 riyals, you can simply buy 13 normal bottle of waters. Even you can buy a full box of water by these 13 riyals. So the first regulation passed by the country in order to achieve a favorable balance of trade is simply to try to enforce or apply some taxes to the imported items in order to discourage the buyers from buying it. Here is number one. Who else? Think about another reason or another way. You are responsible for a country now. You are the one in charge and you want to enhance the economy of your country by achieving this favorable balance of trade. In order to export more and import less, you are shaping the rules. The first rule, to apply the taxes. Number two, let me give you some help here, guys. Okay. Simply, the governments will add taxes on imported goods, like we had said. Instead, for example, I have a raw material from the colonies over there. They will get some, let's say, for example, some cotton, some wool. Okay, they will get it from the colonies. So I have a stock. I have a stock of cotton and a stock of wool, a stock of iron, for example. So instead of selling my raw material, no, let me manufacture it a little bit. Let me change this wool to a piece of cloth. Then I will sell it. Of course, there is no comparison between the price of raw material and the price of manufactured goods. Of course, manufactured goods will be higher in the price. So the government will simply encourage the exports to manufacture the raw materials. Instead of selling your raw material, no, manufacture it first, then sell it over there. Of course, you will get the benefits. Number three, guys, how the countries can achieve the favorable balance of trade? By controlling overseas sources of raw materials. What does this mean? Do you have any idea? What does controlling overseas sources of raw materials? What is this?
Tsunami.
One by one. Tsunami? What? What did you say? Are you sleeping? Are you dreaming?
Ships traveling in my water routes أو يعني to pay taxes.
Ships passing my water routes to buy
Yes.
some taxes. Yes, this is some kind of national income. But try to think about the colonial powers. Try to think about at the very beginning of the mercantilism. Yes, who else? Any other suggestions?
Colonization يا مستر يعني each country takes colonies outside from its places and it gets their resources. When they mine, I'll take some of the gold. When they cut trees, I'll take the trees like this.
Okay, Omar, you are a colonial power now, and you have some colonies over there in the new discovered land, okay? So this gonna mean any nation in the world can simply go to your colony and trying to sell their products over there?
Or maybe you could only make them sell for you.
Of course. Yes, Abdurrahman.
Mr. Just talking about stuff about the country and their tragedy. Mr. I just have one simple question that has been going on in my mind and I haven't found an answer for it. Why the country just simply won't print its money and be rich? Why?
By this way, you are cheating because simply, of course, who will simply define or set the price of any currency? Why, for example, the currency of Kuwait will be more valuable than the currency of Great Britain, for example? Because there are some factors. It's not up to you to decide. It's not simply, let's imagine, let's make it, let me give you an example, Abdurrahman, and this for all of you guys. Let's imagine that you are responsible for a shop, okay? For a grocery shop, for example. So you wake up early today and you want to be rich. You want to have more money today than yesterday. So let's say if the tomatoes price, for example, will be 5 riyals per kilo, you're gonna say, no, I will sell my tomatoes today by 25 reals, not by 5. Figuring or thinking that by doing this way, you're gonna be more rich quickly.
But actually, he's Mr. Um, he's bringing some bad things to the economy.
Of course, on the big scale, on a larger scale, of course, this is bad. So, Abdurrahman, in order to answer your question, for the people responsible in the country, in order to print your currency, you must have the exact worth of this currency in your stock. And here I'm talking about gold. For example, I wanna print the people who are responsible for the central bank in all of the countries all over the world, they are printing the money. So I wanna print 1 million Saudi Riyal, for example. Okay, today I will print 1 million. But before printing, make sure that you have, for example, let's say the 1 million Saudi Riyals will be like, let's say 200 kilos of gold, for example. It's only an example. It's only a number. So I will put 200 kilos of gold in the central bank safe in the treasury. I will close the door and nobody will open it. Nobody can take a single piece of this gold. Once the money is printed, that's it. The money is in the safe. Why
So
do you think?
and the money has to stay the same.
Yes. So now you are preserving the value of your currency. Some countries, by the way, some countries in the world has used this way. The issue that Abdurrahman had mentioned. Why
Like,
not printing a lot of money? So what? Who's gonna see the amount of gold in my safe? But it was disastrous. For example, Zimbabwe over there in Africa. The African leader over there said, I will print a lot of money. So what? Who's gonna check my safe, for example? No, I will not put any gold in my safe. In fact, I will sell my gold. I'm gonna print a lot of money. What's the result? Simply,
the
the
currency,
value, the
the
value of the currency dropped. Even though in order to enhance their economy, they have printed one bill, one piece of paper, one currency will be out of $1 million. Of course, here I'm talking about the Zimbabwe dollar, not the normal dollar. So imagine the situation that if you want to buy 1 kilo of meat, for example, over there in Zimbabwe, you have to pay, let's say, $50,000 for this kilo. It was only a piece of paper. It's not currency anymore. In order to protect your currency, you must have the same value of this currency in your safe. And by the way, nowadays in the modern world, there is no need to be in gold. You can have dollars, for example. You can have any currency, euro, for example.
that doesn't drop down, or it's not easy to lose. Like, I can't leave Lebanese liras in my bank and have it equal.
There is, because simply the Lebanese lira has no value. No one will accept it. There is one and only international currency. It's accepted all over the world. And
The
it's hard to see a single human being in the world do not do some kind of trading with this currency. You must interact with this currency in your life. Like
the
you, yes, the dollar, like you. Simply, if you wanna take your trial, you must pay in dollar. If you wanna buy anything from, let's say, from Russia, if you want to buy online from any place, you have to pay with
By
a
the
dollar. Yes,
That's-
of course, because it's international currency accepted all over the world. And for this reason, the dollar is powerful. So before printing your money, yes, you can keep the same amount of this money in dollars in your safe, in the central bank, with only one condition. Do not touch it. That's it. Keep the money over there, print your money, and simply insert it to the market to go inside the cycle. Got the issue?
Yes, Mr. Thank you.
So guys, 3 conditions, okay? 3 conditions in order to achieve a favorable balance of trade. Taxes, manufacture your raw materials, control the overseas. What's controlling the overseas? Let's have a look here at this picture, guys. Let's imagine the situation. Here is the old world. Here is the old world, Europe, Africa, Asia. Here is the Americas, the new world, okay? Some ships here will have the British flag. So we are talking about Britain here. There is a country. Here is a ship with a different flag. This ship want to have some kind of trading with the natives over there, with the colonists over there. So they think, let's go to the new market and sell my goods and sell my items. Of course, no. The navy, the fleet is simply standing here. Where are you going? You want to have some kind of trading? Okay, no problem. You can simply trade with the people over there in the new founded land. But first, go to England to pay your taxes before entering the new land to sell your items. So the goods will be taxed first. You must pay Britain some money before going over there. Okay, so all the raw materials here, you cannot simply sell it to any nation. No, all the raw materials will go only to England. Colonies exist only to benefit the mother country. Okay, so, and all the items manufactured here in England will be sold over there. Okay, one of the farmers, one of the traders want to use his mind a little bit, and instead of selling the items to Britain, he want to sell it to the foreign nation in high prices. Of course, he can't. He can sell his raw materials only to the mother country. And by these actions, guys, I mean controlling the overseas routes to make sure that all the benefits from these colonies will go only to the mother country. So keep in your mind, guys, the 3 conditions in order to achieve a favorable balance of trade. Taxes on imported goods, encourage the exports to manufacture the raw materials, and controlling the overseas sources of raw materials. Thank you very much, guys. Until we meet again tomorrow, have a nice school day. See you again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Thank you.
Welcome.